This is Turkeyfist.
Wait. I wasn't ready for that. I came out of a breakout session for Turkeyfist.
This is Turkeyfist. See, that'll be my new heavy metal Thanksgiving themed tribute band coming to a properly distanced trailer park and or parking lot near you sometime this probably in the spring.
Okay, so in spring 2021, will they also be featured on the Jera Cruise in October of 2021?
Fingers crossed I can get us into the Jera Cruise. But yeah, Turkeyfest is going to be a thing. It's going to be an all year-round celebration of Thanksgiving through the power of metal. It's going to be pretty good.
So it's going to be yam-tastic.
Yeah. We're going to kick out the yams, motherfucker.
Awesome. All right. Well, until that day comes, just know that you got to slog through another TV 10 podcast. I am Tommy Milagro, socially distanced.
Yeah, I'm Bill Frost here in the main headquarters, the fifth basement here at the TV 10 studios, and this is episode 0335. Is that it?
No, 0345, sir.
What? Oh, whatever. Okay.
It's all right. We're 5 episodes away from hitting episode 350 episodes.
How about that?
That's how many we have to reach just for your ear holes.
Wow.
Because we care or something.
I'm sure it's totally been worth it to somebody out there.
Well, it's been worth it to quite a few of our dozens of listeners, including Dr. Paul White, as I dive right into the listener bag.
You don't even want to get to the sponsors, huh?
Oh, well, and the time it's going to take me to get to the sponsors, just know that I'm sipping on the Genius Juice provided by OG sponsor Sugar House Distillery.
Yay!
I got their single malt whiskey here, which I've mixed up into a nice Manhattan again. Courtesy of our other good friend Ivy at Boostique, who brings us all sorts of delish items for us.
Cool.
So,
all right.
I feel geniusy already.
As you should.
And yes. What about you? How are you holding up with the palates of Bohemian Brewery?
Oh, I'm set. I got all the cerveza I need for a while.
Good God. It's like you're in Mexico, only not. Well,
Make America Mexico again.
Because you're in a basement.
That's right. Yeah.
So, but anyway, back to the listener bags. Dr. Paul White, one of our fine contributors, writes to us and says, "Okay, TV 10 podcast, another drinking item. When Tommy Milagro, brings up writing for Slam Wrestling outside of the sports report. If he does it in conjunction with an NBA, take a triple hit. For Triple H."
So does that whole thing count right there?
Well, that's a very good question. And we should probably mention that our show, if you haven't figured it out by fucking now, it's not safe for work. But if you are Dr. Paul White, NSFW means New Slam Free Wrestling. So as a contributor for Slam Wrestling, using my luchador skills from my MBA. Now that counts.
That all works. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, drink up, bitches. You're going to need to get through it for this Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah. We got some new TV for the Thanksgiving week. You could probably catch up on all this on your day off, or if you've had, the whole year off, then here's some more stuff coming at you. Dropping on Monday, the 23rd, a miniseries on FX. It'll turn up on Hulu the next day. Black Narcissus. It's a It's a period piece set in the 1930s. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen the ads.
We all have.
Yeah, it's about a group of nuns who are starting a mission in the Himalayas, and they've had a castle donated to them by a local general. But the thing is, it used to be a brothel, and it might be haunted.
What could go wrong?
Wackiness ensues.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I know how it could go wrong. There's nuns there. That's how it's going to go wrong.
The nuns, yeah. It's sexy ghost times with nuns is what this is.
There are no such thing as sexy ghost time with nuns.
Well, it is.
It's a lie.
It's called Black Narcissus, premiering the day this episode drops on FX. 3 episodes, so it's basically a 3-hour movie. They're just doing it all at once here.
Okay.
Yeah. And coming up on Tuesday on Netflix, you've probably seen some stuff about this. Hillbilly Elegy, based on the novel. This is starring Amy Adams and Glenn Close. Story of it's basically big city law student goes back and hangs out with his mom and his grandma, who are hillbillies from Kentucky, from Appalachian land, and then we get all sorts of lessons about tolerance and rednecks and. Yeah, I haven't seen this, but I've seen the promos for it, and it looks like someone wants an Oscar or an Emmy or an EGOT or who knows. But my favorite review of this comes from the AV Club, which calls this bootstrapping poverty porn.
See, honestly, I would have gone that this feels like a remake of Sweet Home Alabama minus Reese Witherspoon.
Nah, not a comedy per se, but it could be funny. Coming up on Wednesday, another movie. This is Happiest Season, starring Kristen Stewart and Mackenzie Davis. You may remember Mackenzie Davis from *Halt and Catch Fire*. Somebody must.
Yes.
And Kristen Stewart from all the other stuff. And this is about a young lesbian couple who are going home to one of the parents' home. But Mackenzie Davis doesn't tell her partner that, I haven't come out to my parents yet. And lesbian holiday wackiness ensues.
Is there such a thing as lesbian holiday wackiness?
There is now, thanks to this movie, written and co-directed, I believe, by Clea Duvall, the actress. And this also stars Allison Brie, Aubrey Plaza, Dan Levy, Victor Garber, and Mary Steenburgen. So the cast is solid. It's basically it's your holiday rom-com with a lesbian twist.
Yeah, except it's no glow.
No, it's not.
Sorry,
no.
It's no glow.
Yeah. And here's
Can't go with it.
Yet another movie dropping Wednesday on Amazon Prime Video. Uncle Frank, set in 1973, a not quite out of the closet gay man played by Paul Bettany, Vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have me so far.
He's on a road trip across the country to going down south for a funeral, and he's taking his niece with him. And along the way, the niece learns that Uncle Frank is gay, and we're picking up his lover on the way. This is written and directed by Alan Ball, so it's got that touch. It's the guy who did 6 Feet Under and True Blood. And also starring in this are Margot Martindale, Stephen Root, Judy Greer, and Steve Zahn. So another solid cast here.
Okay.
And this was I believe this was
vampires or no fucking fairies.
No vampires. No. I believe this was a Sundance movie back when Sundance was a thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Also Wednesday, Saved by the Bell is back.
Because somebody wanted this.
Yeah, it's on the Peacock there, so you can get it for free. And basically, Zach Morris is now the governor of California, and Elizabeth Berkley and Mario Lopez are there as the main regulars, but also Tiffany Thiessen and a few of the other people. Not Screech, no Screech, are there.
What about Lark Voorhees?
I don't think she's involved either.
Okay, so she was smart. And what's the principal's name? Why am I blanking on them? Belmont or something?
Well, we have a new guy. John Michael Higgins is the new principal. So, you at least have one funny guy in there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good. And at the very least, as long as we got Kelly Kapowski, that's fine.
Yeah.
But Mario Lopez?
Yeah.
Really?
And here's one you'll be interested in. On Crackle.
I know, but keep going.
Crackle. It's Crackle. A new 11-part miniseries, Heroes of Lucha Libre.
I was about to bring this up during the sports report, but that's okay. You can go ahead and take it away, sir.
Well, you can tell us more about it then. It premieres, all 11 episodes drop on Wednesday on Crackle, that free little orange app that you never click on. You might want to try it out. There's some good stuff there. On Thanksgiving Day, The Flight Attendant, starring Kaylee Cuoco, Waka Waka Waka, premieres on HBO Max. This is really good. I've seen this. The first episode is out there for free on YouTube if you want to check it out. It's about a flight attendant played by Kaylee Cuoco from The Big Bang Theory, but more importantly, she's the voice of Harley Quinn on the animated series. And she has a one-night stand, wakes up, the guy is dead, and maybe she murdered him, maybe not, who knows. This is a dark comedy, and she's really good in this. She's we didn't know. She's been on TV for 20 years or so, but now we finally get the best Kaylee Cuoco performance ever.
Wait, the best performance?
Yeah, well, I was going to say Harley Quinn, but that's a voice performance, and we're not going to count The Big Bang Theory. We could count 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter, way back when with John Ritter, or we could include her stint on Charmed.
That's the one I would include her on.
Yeah,
that's the comedy.
Also on Thanksgiving Day, the Mystery Science Theater 3000 Turkey Day Marathon. You can see this. You can see this online. You can see it on Pluto TV, Twitch, the YouTube channel for Mystery Science Theater. It's all over the damn place. You can see it everywhere. And we're gonna have a drop in from I believe Joel Hodgson is going to drop in, the OG, the originator.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And coming up on Sunday is the season 4 finale of Fargo. It's finally here.
Okay.
And also the season finale of the show, absolutely no one is talking about. I've seen little to nothing about this show out there. This is the definition of zero buzz, okay? This is The Walking Dead World Beyond.
Okay. Are we zombied out? Is that what it is? Are we
Could be
pandemic'd out on zombies?
Could be. The thing is, Fear the Walking Dead is having a great season so far. It's been really good. So, but World Beyond, no one gives a shit.
Maybe it's just because of the fact that there's kids involved and they're exploring outside of the safe zone and all that shit.
Yeah, but here's some weird news from NBC. They premiered The Blacklist, the new season 8 of The Blacklist, a couple weeks ago, and we're 2 episodes into it, and now they've decided, we're going to wait till January for you to see the rest of the season. They've decided that airing new episodes in COVID times is not worth it, so they're putting them on the shelf, and we're gonna have to wait till January.
Okay. Like what time in January?
But I think it's around the 22nd.
So right after the inauguration.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay.
Of who?
Actually, that does make sense.
Yeah, whoever gets inaugurated.
Somebody's going to be inaugurated.
Yeah. Also, NBC is also holding the all of the Chicagos, and I believe This Is Us as well are all going to have to wait till January to resume on the things and the stuff. And also, we also had some news here that Conan O'Brien's TV career is ending in June 2021. He's just going online with HBO Max.
Which actually makes sense. It's going to be a week. From what I've read, it's going to be a weekly thing rather than a daily thing that he's been doing on TBS, which honestly, that actually makes a lot of sense. And he's put in his time, and
he's put in
still
more than
turns
enough
out
time.
some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I say kudos to him.
Conan will make it work. No one else has really made the the on-demand late night talk show or variety show thing work so far. Chelsea Handler tried it, didn't work. Joel McHale tried it with the revival of whatever he was doing, and Jesus and Mero were doing okay over on Showtime. But yeah, if anyone can do it, it's Conan.
Well, actually, to an extent, David Letterman was making it work with My Guest Needs No Introduction. So, in a sense...
Yeah, that's its own thing, though. And plus, he'd only do those, every few months or so?
Something like that, yeah. That's but then again, quality, not quantity. So.
Yeah, so that also you can throw on the scrap heap our Busy Tonight with Busy Phillips. That got canceled over on E! And Lights Out with David Spade. So basically, after all of this is done, we'll have Full Frontal and John Oliver and Bill Maher and Trevor Noah. That'll be it for cable late night.
Which honestly is probably a good thing because there were too many late nights. Too many late nights. And this is good that we're kind of thinning the herd a little bit. And of course, the other side of it is, and I'm sure you know this, Last Week Tonight is done for the year and will come back sometime in 2021. Same thing with Real Time with Bill Maher.
Yeah, John Oliver blew up 2020, literally.
Oh, and Adam Driver just blew him apart. That was my favorite scene by far. What's going on, you weird Mr. Bean cosplayer? Oh, it was the little things that matter, man.
This is also, I should mention that also ending their first seasons this week over on Peacock are Larry Wilmore's show.
Wilmore.
Just Larry Wilmore and Amber Ruffin's show. And I haven't seen all of Larry Wilmore's show, but I have seen all of the Amber Ruffin episodes, and it's just fucking crazy. It's just, here's a show, go nuts, do whatever the hell you want. Maybe someone's going to watch it. And apparently I'm the one who's watching it.
So what you're trying to say is that's a show that we should be doing and at least getting some money going our way.
Yeah.
Is that the gist of it?
Looks like they got a decent budget. And also, here's some New Year's Eve news for you.
Okay.
Kiss, they're doing a live New Year's Eve show online. Only costs $40.
What?
But where do you think they're going to be doing this from?
Sturgis?
No, that would be great though. No, they're going to be doing it from Dubai.
Well, that would have been the next. That would have been the next obvious one.
Sturgis or Dubai? Yeah.
All right, I'll buy. Why Dubai?
Maybe they paid them the most money to do it.
That's
according
awesome.
to Gene Simmons, after 9 months of this pandemic darkness, the world may finally be seeing the light of day. On New Year's Eve, Kiss will rock the heavens, shake the earth, and blaze the way out of 2020 with the largest and most bombastic celebration in our or anyone else's history. We all need it. We all deserve it. Here's to 2021.
Okay.
Opening the show, Turkeyfist.
Take a drink anytime Turkeyfist gets mentioned. And preferably do it with wild turkey.
Yes, not a sponsor, but yeah. And
right.
speaking of things coming to us from Dubai on occasion, you got some sports ready there?
I certainly do, so just go ahead and hit the music.
It's sports, so Tommy Milagro. Go team!
From the sports desk of the TV Tam podcast, we deliver to you only the sport of professional wrestling settlement edition, which is actually a great segue because, as you know, I now write for SlamWrestling.net. Had done a couple of articles.
Do I take a drink here or not?
No. This is within the sports desk.
I'm going to take one anyway.
All right, well, go ahead and sip the genius juice because I, the Lucid Luchador, MBA, now take a drink. Is going to just jump into some things right here. I'm going to mention some stuff with UWN in just a minute, but for right now, I would say go to slamwrestling.net because as we segue from Dubai to WWE settles securities lawsuit by bloodthirsty Bob Kapoor, WWE announced it has settled a class action lawsuit initiated by a group of investors over alleged violations of securities law. lawsuit accused WWE CEO McMahon, Vince McMahon, and other former WWE executives of making false and materially misleading statements to investors about the company's Saudi Arabia deal. So you remember a few months back we were saying some of the wrestlers were complaining that the Saudi government was refusing to make millions of dollars in payments owed to the WWE, and some negotiations with their network were foundering. And during their Crown Royal event, as Bob writes here, held, and this is a breakdown of the relationship culminated after the Crown Royal event held in the country in October 2019. And McMahon cut the broadcast feed in that country in retaliation. Plane carrying several members of the company's talent roster were grounded, effectively holding the talent hostage. So it doesn't say what the settlement is for, but yeah, some of those wrestlers, not with the company anymore, but they're doing better in their future their future endeavors, like Mike Bennett, which I'll come back to in a second. Other things going on in the world of news. Actually, I'm just going to say, going back to Slam Wrestling for a bit, and Bob Kapoor, he is one of their head editors, and he also not just writes for wrestling, but he also deals with reality TV. Oh. Specifically, I've been holding this off for a while, but hang on, take a sip of the Genius Juice while I get this prepared. Oh, that burns and it feels good. Total Bellas is back on E, but I'm going to highly recommend you just go to Bob Kapoor's articles recapping it, if only for the headlines such as Total Bellas, Kathy and Artem's new friendship is humming, Bree and Nikki talk about women's plumbing.
Oh, this sounds like must-see programming.
The TV show, no. But Bob's recap of it, yes.
Okay.
Which, by the way, we're going to have to try to get him on board. This is only going to help if we need to get, escorted over to the Canadian border. Just saying. Anyway.
Journalistic asylum.
That's what I'm saying here. That we're going to get all of us on board. Also, kind of switching to TBS, on Wednesday of this last week, during the filming of the TV show Wipeout, which is hosted by John Cena, a contestant had a heart attack shortly after completing the final obstacle course and passed away. The show, which is a revival of the ABC competition series, has been picked up to air on TBS, and filming of the first 20 episodes is in progress for airing at a later date. So, yeah, that's going to be awkward.
Okay.
Also, going back to the Netflix series Glow, which got future endeavored in its own right due to COVID-related filming challenges. Allison Brie said she was pessimistic about the show wrapping up with a conclusive movie event. She says, quote, "I'm a little pessimistic about it actually happening just in light of everything that's gone on this year and how difficult it is to get anything back into production with COVID. So at this point, yeah, go ahead and try to do your GoFundMe or your Kickstarter here, but it's not going to match up to Netflix money, I'm just saying."
Oh, damn it.
But, hey, crazier things have happened. Never say never. And then last Wednesday, some other shows that have started back up. Major League Wrestling kicked things off, which now you can see with their restart on YouTube. You'll want to subscribe to their YouTube channel, MLW, Major League Wrestling. And definitely something worth watching a little bit harder because, not WWE.
Yeah. And
also, switching around to NWA, Marty Bell is no longer with the National Wrestling Alliance. She was at one time, but she is no longer under contract. So since the beginning of the pandemic, the NWA had most of their talent go off to other venues or no longer re-sign with the company. They are Allison Kay, Marty Bell, as mentioned before, Eddie Kingston, and Ricky Starks, now with AEW. The outlandish Zicky Dice, and Royce Isaacs, formerly of the tag team The Wild Cards. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the NWA. But I bring it up because if you want to see something similar to the NWA, you really should catch up on Fight TV and subscribe to United Wrestling Network's Primetime Live, their weekly pay-per-view events where you could see current stars of the NWA and future stars in the United Wrestling Network from venues like Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, Championship Wrestling for Arizona. Now, this upcoming pay-per-view was supposed to be the world title match with the final contestants, the Dirty Daddy, Chris Dickinson, against Mike Bennett. But as they announced last week's episode, Chris Dickinson suffered a neck injury, and he is being evaluated as we speak. So therefore, the match that was supposed to happen this week has been postponed until a future date. But in its place, because the card is subject to change, it will be Leo Rush against Fred Rosser, formerly Darren Young of the WWE. And it's also going to be in a title matchup, Ray Rosas, the current Hollywood Heritage Champion, going up against Bad Dude Tito of the tag team, the Wolf Zaddies. Yeah, those are names, by the way. But, of course, you could always subscribe to those episodes on Fight TV for only $7.99.
Not a sponsor.
Drink up, bitches. But I would say it's definitely worth it just to catch all the action right there and see some future stars down the road. And finally this, as we are recording live on air, it's a Survivor Series on WWE, which you, of course, can watch on the replay for only $9.99.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah, I'm tired of you, WWE. You know it. But it is important to note that other than the fact that this entire matchup was kind of on the blah side of things, it's worth noting that The Undertaker is being billed as having his final wrestling match.
His final farewell?
Right. He's not going to Terry Funk the shit out of this, but from all indications, he's done. This is it. This is the final one. Because it's worth noting his debut match, all the way back those 30-plus years ago, in 1990, was at Survivor Series. So what better way to close out a 30-plus year career than at the dance that started it all and brought us the phenom that is The Undertaker. So I will say, if you have to watch anything of Survivor Series, if you have to watch anything of the WWE, at least catch it for The Undertaker. And know that, like everything else in my life, or in your lives, or in the TV Tam podcast life, it will be fine even though you rest in peace. Because it's sports.
It's sports. Tommy Milagro. Go team. I do have a note. I do have a note on Devotion Wrestling.
Yes.
This morning I flipped on the tube and it just happened to be on the old antenna on CW30.
Oh, nice.
And
you were able to get a signal.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. My live streaming provider, YouTube TV, has all of the local channels except for CW30. So therefore, if I want to watch anything on there, I got to wait for it to show up on demand, or I got to watch it live with a good old antenna.
Mm-hmm.
And so every once in a while, I'm watching stuff on the good old rabbit ears, as the kids call it, and
Yes.
turn it on. There it is. There's Devotion Wrestling, and there's King Goots front row.
And right beside him is the Lucid Luchador himself.
Was that you? What were
Yep.
you? What were you wearing exactly? Goots is wearing a full-on mask.
So if it's, I would be to his right, which is camera left.
Yeah.
So usually I'm wearing some sort of a wrestler mask.
Yeah.
Therefore,
This is looked like some sort of all black getup.
yeah, that would be my Pentagon Junior mask.
Okay. All right. So there you were. There were the both of you right there on local TV.
It was great times, I can tell you that. But yeah,
And saw the match. There were some big hairy goons in there. I can't remember what the tag team was called, but one of
Vikings.
them
Were they?
one of them was wearing a bear pelt or something.
Oh yeah, the Pillars of Destiny.
Okay.
Yep, it's a thing. Just run with it.
Okay. It was a pretty cool thing. Nice to see there.
Yeah.
And we're going to wrap this up with what should we tell the people to watch harder over the Thanksgiving weekend here?
Well, I'm going to say two things. So first of all, The Mandalorian is your go-to must-watch harder.
Yeah,
on Disney Plus.
I've come to the conclusion that The Mandalorian could just as well be titled "Cute Fur Balls and Gunplay."
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the week to week. That's the sort of the cadence there.
Any other time, I'd say yeah. But as long as the fanboys are not clamoring to cancel Yoda because, hey, he had a few unfertilized eggs. But yeah, I was so tired of that.
Yeah, we all know Baby Yoda's a pro-lifer.
Well, I would say he's an anti-lifer, but you say tomato, I say unfertilized. Same diff.
Yeah, okay.
But the other thing, as you mentioned before, Fargo, there's only 2 episodes left.
Well, actually, by the time you hear this, there will only be 1 episode left.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. But then I would also say Heroes of Lucha Libre, the 11-part series, and it's going to feature stars of Lucha Libre like Dragon Lee from Red Badge of Courage. That's Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
And it says here Rey Mysterio Jr. So I don't know if it's actually Rey Mysterio Jr. From WWE or if it's just Mysterioso. But it is worth watching on Crackle.
Yep, it's free. Crackle is free.
Back into it.
Yeah.
So those are my big ones right there. What have you got, sir?
What I'm going to spend my weekend doing is I'm going to catch up on some Adult Swim and other weirdo animation classics. I'll be catching up on you can see these at adultswim.com or through the Adult Swim app for free. They have full seasons of Eagleheart, fantastic series starring Chris Elliott as a Walker, Texas Ranger type.
Mm-hmm.
3 seasons of that. And also Tom Goes to the Mayor, the OG Tim and Eric production for Adult Swim. All 30 episodes are there as well.
All right.
Moral Oral.
That's my favorite.
One of the ultimates. Yeah, not all of the episodes are available on Adult Swim, but you can see them on HBO Max. And I'm gonna top it off with I'm gonna blast through all 2 seasons of The Immortal Axe Cop on Hulu.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'll chop your head off. Yeah, Nick Offerman.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, both seasons of Axe Cop are available on Hulu. Do that. And I caught a movie last night. Actually 2 of them. These are 2 80s movies that I caught over this last weekend. I'd recommend both of them actually. One of them is the Elvira movie from around 1988.
Okay.
Fucking hilarious.
What is it called?
Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, I think is the full title of it.
Okay.
It holds up. It's still fucking very, very funny. And also, this is the one. It wasn't Michael Keaton's first movie, but it was his sort of big breakout role. 1982 Night Shift, available on HBO and HBO Max. Yeah, Michael Keaton and Henry Winkler are they work the night shift in a morgue, and Henry Winkler's next door neighbor is a hooker played by Shelley Long, and her pimp just got killed by who else but Richard Belzer. So therefore,
of course,
she needs a new place. Her and her crew need a new place to do business, and therefore it's like, hey, what better place than the morgue during the night shift? Henry Winkler and Michael Keaton are low rent pimps. Funny as Michael Keaton is fucking fantastic in this thing. Is like his first big breakout role.
All right. Well, I'll see your Night Shift, and I'll raise you.
Okay.
And I believe this is I noticed this on Amazon Prime. I can't remember if it's part of my HBO subscription or no. I think it is actually part of Prime. King Solomon's Mines.
Oh God.
From the good old days of the 80s, from Canon.
Oh yeah, I remember this. This is like some sort of Indiana Jones wannabe, right?
Yeah, this was around the time that the Indiana Jones movies were really breaking big, and everyone was trying to cash in on it. There was Romancing the Stone, also on Amazon Prime, by the way.
Romancing the Stone was actually good, though.
Oh yeah,
Jewel of the Nile, but yeah, Romancing the Stone was actually pretty good.
Yeah, but King Solomon's Mines, it was Drek, even though it had Richard Chamberlain and the debut, I believe, of Sharon Stone.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here. Yeah.
Yep, and it also had John Rhys Davies, Sala from the Indiana Jones movies.
Okay.
I will say, after watching this again, because I remember watching this as a kid, now doesn't really hold up all that well. Probably because it's set in deepest, darkest Africa, and black people are being portrayed as headhunters and savages and cannibals. So, and the effects. I don't know where the budget went, but it wasn't into the movie. That's for damn certain.
Okay.
But I would only say it's worth watching just to see the greatest acting job of all time, and that is always by far Richard Chamberlain playing it straight. Pun largely intended.
Doink, doink.
Exactly. That's part of my cavalcade of Bill's movie corner right here.
Sure, that'll work.
So.
All right, we want to thank our sponsor for the week, Sugar House Distillery, and also Booze Teak, as well as our other sponsors.
Well, yes, that would be Outlaw Distillery and Ogden's own distillery, the purveyors of Madame Patarini's Gin, Five Lives Vodka, and then there's the Porter's Fire and Porter's Rye. Yummy. Oh, and let's not forget, you also want to go underground sometimes with them, but I digress. But most importantly, we thank the fine people at Bohemian Brewery still giving Bill Frost pallets and pallets and pallets of beer to sustain him in the fifth basement.
Yeah.
Was that you taking a swig of one of the pallets?
As far as you know.
All right, works for me. So, other than that, do you have anything else big coming up?
No, not a goddamn thing. Reach out to us if you want or not. You can rate us on all the things. You can find us on, if you haven't found us already, which would be weird if you're listening to this. You ever notice that, on radio shows or, for anyone out there listening, well, yeah, that's kind of who you're talking to there. Right. Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, TuneIn, Podchaser. Spreaker is where it all originates, and also Amazon Podcasts as well. All the places there. Reach out to us, TV10 Podcast at Twitter, Facebook, or Gmail. And yeah, that's good enough for now. Happy Turkey and all that, and don't forget to book Turkeyfist.
And don't forget to read my articles on the United Wrestling Network's Primetime Live show on slamwrestling.net. Take a drink. And know that a lucid luchador like me, who has an MBA, that's a triple threat, is going to cover all the action. I even covered a little bit of the action for AEW Dynamite the other day for one of my fine writing brethren. So,
prime time.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have to say, the Inner Circle, they did a vignette, and, it makes Elvira look like it's going to earn an EGOT. That's all I could say on the subject.
All right.
So with that said,
good night, again, America.
And jingle that handle, folks. Especially if you got to slam that turkey fist down in order to flush.